on the Movie Film Show today. We've got news about The Joker 2, Indiana Jones 5, Thor Love and Thunder, Matrix 4 and so much more, as well as a trailer for The Boss Baby 2. So it's been a very busy week for movie news. Not so much for movie trailers, we've only got 3 today, but there's a hell of a lot of movie news to jump into. And let's start with Indiana Jones 5, because the news about that is that it begins shooting this week in the UK. The film starts shooting and it's all been cast. We're one step closer to getting Indiana Jones 5. And of course, Indiana Jones is owned by Disney, and so is Cruella. Great transition yet again. It's becoming a habit of the show now, these amazing transitions. Cruella came out just last week on Premier Access, and there's a review of it on the channel if you haven't checked that out already. But already, after just 1 week of Premier Access, and I think some select cinemas around the world, Cruella 2 has already been given the green light. We are getting a sequel to that one. And they very much left it open at the end of the movie for a possible sequel. Sticking with a Disney-owned franchise, we're heading to Marvel. Thor Love and Thunder officially wrapped this week, meaning we're one step closer to that film coming out. And I personally can't wait for that one because I love Thor Ragnarok. And related to Thor, of course, is Loki, and Loki comes out this week. We've been waiting a few weeks for it, a couple of months. Since WandaVision, really, I've been really looking forward to Loki, really since they announced it, because I fully expect it's going to be the best Marvel series so far. WandaVision was great, Captain and the Winter Soldier, Falcon and the Winter Soldier, that was meh. But Loki looks like it's going to be something special. Now, hopefully I'm not building it up too much for myself, and it's going to be a build up to a letdown, but from the trailer, it looks pretty fantastic, and Tom Hiddleston has been a sensational Loki. Arguably, one of the only Loki in cinema, but the best, regardless. Also the worst, but the best. Mainly the best. That starts off this coming Wednesday. And then jumping to some non-Disney news, it was announced this week that Donnie Yen, who you may know from the likes of the Mulan live reboot and from Rogue One, a Star Wars story, he has joined John Wick 4. John Wick 4 is a thing. I don't know if it's needed, but it's a thing, and it's got a new cast member now. So I guess that film is also a step closer. Now, I still haven't watched John Wick 3. I love John Wick 1. John Wick 2 was ridiculous, so I wasn't a big fan of that one. It's even on the list for the worst movie ever. If you haven't checked that out, I'd highly recommend doing that. So I can't say I'm too hyped for John Wick 4, but maybe it'll blow me away. Who knows? Keanu Reeves is a fantastic actor, and I love some of his work. Bill and Ted in particular. Speaking of Keanu Reeves, of course, another 4 project he's working on is The Matrix 4, and the cast for that film, pretty damn interesting. Of course, I've got the original cast, Carrie-Anne Moss in there, Jada Pinkett Smith, Keanu Reeves, of course. Lawrence Fishburne isn't in it, but you know who is involved in that project? Christina Ricci. She was added to the cast just this week. That's a pretty big name to add to a movie like that. As well, they also have Priyanka Chopra, I think that's how you say her name, probably completely botched that, and Neil Patrick Harris, and a whole host of other people when you look at the cast. Matrix 4 is a stacked cast. Now, that doesn't always mean it's going to be a great movie that they have huge names in the cast, but it's a pretty damn good start that the cast is going to be that damn good. And they are just following up from Matrix Revolution, so they don't really have a lot to, follow up on. And sticking with casting news, there was a lot of casting news this week. Alice Braga, who you may know from the TV show Queen of the South, or the likes of The New Mutants, or the Neil Blomkamp film Elysium. She's now joined the cast of a new Robert Rodriguez movie called Hypnotic. That movie also stars Ben Affleck, and already that is top priority for me on movies I want to see in a not too distant future. Robert Rodriguez, fantastic filmmaker. Ben Affleck, my opinion on him has definitely changed since the Snyder Cut of the Justice League, although he's been in some damn good movies down the years as well. And now a new cast addition. So that movie is one I'm definitely looking forward to, and I'll be keeping an eye on and informing you of on this show whenever there's news about it. But we've got through a lot of movie news. We haven't had a trailer yet. Quite weird for a show to go this far without having a trailer. And I just mentioned Neil Blomkamp, who made Elysium. Well, he's got a new movie, and it's called Demonic. It looks a little bit like this.
Don't be scared.
Oh, sweetheart. Do you know what this place is?
I've never been a big fan of Neil Blomkamp. Elysium wasn't a good movie in my opinion, and Demonic looks weird, but maybe it's gonna be like a standout horror movie. There seems to be a lot of horror movies popping up lately. It's not even Halloween. So let me know your thoughts on Demonic. The link to the full trailer will be in the description below, so you can check out the whole thing for yourself. That's just a little snippet. Now, a big movie, which I completely forgot about in last week's movie film show. I don't know why I forgot about it, because it was like the biggest movie news last week, and I didn't even mention it. Joker 2 was officially confirmed last week. My question was why? Because Joker was such a hit movie. Now, obviously that's why they're making a sequel. It made a lot of money. But it's not a movie that necessarily needed a sequel. It was a standalone movie that could have stood the test of time by itself and be known as a great standalone movie. But of course, anything related to superheroes, if it does well, it has to get a sequel. But some movies you just have to let lie. Now, Joker 2 might be amazing. It might blow people away. I'm sure back in the day there was someone said, oh, Batman Begins doesn't need a sequel. And that person was wrong. Well, I'm now that person saying, well, this movie doesn't need a sequel. It's kind of ridiculous to make one. But at least the news came out this week that Todd Phillips, who directed the original one and co-wrote the original one, is now co-writing the second one, suggesting that he's possibly going to be directing this one as well. So keeping the same director and writer will at least hopefully add some consistency across the series. But I'm not too sure whether I even want to see Joker 2, because Joker alone, very good movie, standalone movie. Does it need a sequel? Let me know in the comment section below. But a movie that undoubtedly needed a sequel and is getting a sequel is The Boss Baby.
Baby Corp needs you to drink this formula for one last mission.
You want me to be a baby again? I'm texting him! Give me that flock of seagulls! Hey! The boss is back, baby!
So yeah, Boss Baby 2 is a thing. They did a whole animated series on Netflix, but I don't think it was the same actors and the animation wasn't quite up to the same level. But Boss Baby, I think, made a lot of money. It was pretty funny, the original one. It looks like they're kind of stretching it this time, but I'm sure there'll be a few laughs in there, and if you love animated movies, it's another one to check out. And the final bit of movie news / trailer this week is for a movie called Reminiscence, starring Hugh Jackman. Now, I've watched the trailer. The trailer is 3 minutes long. We're not going to show the whole thing here on the movie film show. We're going to show you a snippet, and if you want to check out the whole thing, there'll be a link in the description below for you to check out the entire thing. And I'll tell you what I was thinking when I watched the full trailer. First of all, it starts out and you go, this is pretty cool. And then you start thinking, this is a little bit like Assassin's Creed. They've kind of got an animus where they go back in time and see the events of the past. And then the trailer just keeps going and going and going. And my initial thoughts when I watched the full trailer is, clearly this is one of those movies where they've put everything in the trailer, and the movie isn't going to have any standout points, surely, unless it's a sensational movie, because the trailer has just so much happening in it. The movie can't live up to the hype, surely not. It's a flaw of so many movies that they give away too much in the trailer, and I think this is guilty of that without even seeing the movie. That's what it seems to be. Now, I could be completely wrong, and this movie could be spectacular, and I hope I'm wrong. But let me know your thoughts on Reminiscence when you check out the full trailer. After you watch this snippet that's coming up at the end of the movie film show, check out the full trailer in the description below, and let me know your thoughts in our comment section. So that's the end of the movie film show this week. If you've enjoyed today's video, and if you want to help our little channel grow, I'd greatly appreciate if you shared this video on all your social media or with all your friends who love movies, just to help our little channel grow, get some more eyes on the channel. That'd be greatly appreciated. And of course, if you're not subscribed already, there's a subscribe button down there that'll let you know every time we upload, especially if you hit that notification bell. With all that YouTube stuff out of the way, let's jump into the final trailer of the week for Reminiscence, starring Hugh Jackman.
Was she running from the past? Or racing back towards it?
How much did you really know her? How much did you love her?
Who was she? Who was she but not with me?
You think you want answers? Well, you don't.
Where is she?
Where is she?